Let me tell you what I admire about James. James became progressive as a young man, and he is absorbing life experiences and changing his views. He evolved them himself. They weren't handed to him as a child. And I really admire that. And I think that experience, especially in the People's Alliance, where when you get a whole bunch of people together who share very similar political views, there's a tendency even to a little bit of stridency. And James never has had that. James has clear progressive views that he developed himself. He's impatient for progressive progress, but he is never impatient with the people along the way. And so his progressivism is quiet, it is listening, it is tolerant, it is patient. And I think those are strong progressive values that have a tendency to get subsumed by immediate issues. So that's one of the things that I really learned to admire about James, and when I'm thinking, try to emulate in myself.
I've been excited about Mr. Hill's support for pre-K. So we want to grow our number of pre-K classes in Durham so that more students have access to that and are ready for kindergarten. We also want to make sure that Durham Public Schools employees are at $15 an hour, which is starting at a living wage. So Mr. Hill's support of both of those initiatives has been really great in our community and really supportive of the work that we're doing in our public schools.
I have known Commissioner Hill by him serving on the Library Board of Trustees. When I think about Durham County Library, I think about our main library and the bond referendum that was passed in 2016. And Commissioner Hill was one of those that supported that bond and helped us move that forward, that we now have our beautiful main library.
So James Hill, my friend, I want to congratulate you on your term of office on the Board of Commissioners. I want to thank you for the example that you have shown me, not just there, but in the years we worked together on the People's Alliance PAC. You were always an example of patience and kindness, quietness. These are all virtues that I think everyone in the progressive movement ought to possess in larger quantity.
Commissioner Hill, thank you for your support of Durham County Library. Thank you for always being an advocate for us, and I wish you all the best on your retirement. Best wishes.
James, thank you for your many years of service to Durham. Our schools are better, our community is better because of your service and your work. I hope that you enjoy being a citizen, and I hope that you also, though, still continue to hold us accountable, still continue to support us in the work that we're doing to make Durham a more equitable and just place.
Durham's a much better place because of Ellen's leadership and her 30 years of service. It's evident when you go downtown, when you see the American Tobacco, when you go out to Trayburn or RTP. She was on the forefront of development, making downtown Durham a safe and livable place, and is thriving. So I think her mark is everywhere, on the human heart and human lives, as well as what we see in our community.
One thing which I really think Ellen deserves great recognition for is her commitment to environmental issues and causes. I can remember Ellen, as well as Becky Herron and myself, working on diverse environmental regulations for Durham that saved our trees, saved our open spaces, things that caused us to think about the American Tobacco Trail and all that it could be in linking our urban areas and utilizing those rail corridors, I mean, in a way that was interesting, unique, and which has really increased the quality of life in our community. So when I think about the American Tobacco Trail, when I think of Durham open space and trail network system we have, when I think about saving and preserving trees in neighborhoods in our community, I thank Ellen for all of that. And I thank her for support she provided me when we were trying to look at design issues in Durham. Durham didn't look that great 30 years ago. A lot of our development was nondescript, so to speak. But for being a great champion, a partner, and working on improving the look of Durham and improving the quality of projects that we had. So the image of Durham and what we are today, in terms of not just being a livable community, but aesthetically raising that bar. So developers knew that they had a new and a higher standard to meet. when they came to Durham. I thank Ellen for her leadership and for her partnership in working on those important, significant issues that we all benefit from.
Well, you know, one of the things I got to say about Ellen, when you think about it, 32 years as a county commissioner. I think there's only one other county commissioner in the history of Durham who has served that amount of time. So what an incredible contribution in so many areas. In land use planning, in transportation, in public schools, in early childhood. All of those are areas where Ellen has made a contribution, and over just a remarkable number of years. It's, as a person who serves in elected office, I can tell you 32 years is amazing. It's just, that in itself is an amazing achievement.
She was a big advocate for the Children's Initiative, for mental health, funding our drug courts in Durham. When the state stopped funding, the county stepped up to help therapeutic drug courts, and just has been a huge champion for all of Durham.
Ellen, you certainly earned the opportunity to relax and spend time with your children and grandchildren. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your years of dedication, your years of service, for your friendship, and more importantly, for bringing to Durham a certain quality of richness, for understanding the issues that impacted us all, for having an analytical skills that help you to help shape policies, appropriations, and what was needed to further Durham to take it that quantum leap forward. If it had not been for your passionate leadership over the last 30 years, Durham would not be what it is today. So I thank you for all of those contributions, the time, the energy, and the unselfishness of which you gave of your time in so many, many, many years, on so many, many occasions. Thank you for it all, and I wish you the very best in the years to come.
Ellen, what I want to say to you is that your 32 years of service to Durham have been extraordinary, that you have given so much to our community in so many ways, that you have served our community in just an incredible capacity as a policymaker and as a champion. And I just hope you can enjoy what comes next, and you go with the wishes of a grateful community.
We owe you a heartfelt thanks for all you've done, at a lot of sacrifice to your family, but your commitment, it's paid off. You will be missed, but your legacy will certainly live on, and we all owe you much appreciation and gratitude, and we wish you the very best.